Today we're gonna make a super easy air fryer dinner. You basically just combine a bunch of veggies and chicken, throw them in the air fryer, and you're eating in like 15 minutes. So, first thing you're gonna do is cube up some chicken into little nugget-sized pieces and dump it into a bowl. Then we're just gonna take whatever veggies you have in the fridge. This is kind of what I did today. We had a yellow bell pepper, a red bell pepper, we had a red onion, and some broccoli. And you only need one seasoning for it if you want to go the route I'm going, which is we're just going to do a bunch of ranch seasoning. You could also do like the standard salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, if that's more of the vibe you want to go for. But I'm just going to dump a bunch of ranch seasoning on here. Yes, it's very late. I'm sorry I got on so late tonight, guys. My original plan was to go live at 6, and then I started prepping. And then Sophia, it was time for her to eat, and her and Anna were down here, and that was like, it's always loud when Sophia eats because she fights her food. So, like the little spoonfuls of food. She enjoys them, but she like grunts a lot. So I was like, all right, let me let them eat. I'll take out the dogs, and then I went, and now here we are. So I'm adding some olive oil as well, or avocado oil. We're just out of avocado oil. And now we're gonna mix it all up. Where did you get that apron? Anna got it for me at TJ Maxx. I'm not using jicama wraps, no. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Pasta King? So now we're just gonna mix it all together. Uh-oh. And by the way, I don't have a giant air fryer. I don't think all of this is gonna fit in the air fryer. Yeah, it's actually 8 o'clock where I'm at. So maltodextrin does spike blood sugar, but not in ranch seasoning. I did this experiment in 2020 or 2019. I ate an entire tablespoon of ranch seasoning. And by the way, when food is like paired with fiber and fat and protein, it actually lessens your glucose spike. So if you eat something that has a lot of sugar or maltodextrin all at once with nothing to go with it, it will definitely spike your blood sugar. But this didn't spike my blood sugar because there wasn't a lot of maltodextrin in it. It's mostly seasonings with a little bit of maltodextrin. So when you're buying savory foods, if you're worried about spiking your blood sugar, you don't need to worry about maltodextrin in the savory foods. It's just in the sweet foods that it spikes your blood sugar. Are you using chicken thighs or chicken breast? You know what? I wish I was using chicken thighs because we actually have some chicken thighs in the fridge that are about to go bad that I just didn't even think to use. All right, so now you just throw it in your air fryer and 15 minutes later it's done. I'm gonna put a liner in the air fryer though. Actually, no, we don't need a liner. I'll just do my little air fry cleaning trick, which by the way, a lot of people in the comments said is not safe. And it's basically where you fill it with like, not all the way, but you fill it halfway with some water and you put some dish soap in it and then you run it for about 20 minutes. I'm not suggesting you do that. Sorry, you run it for 5 minutes, not 20. I'm not suggesting you do that, but it does work for me really well. So, all right guys. Now into the air fryer. Probably 400 for 15 minutes. And I'll toss it around halfway through. I have raw chicken on my hands. Let me wash these really fast. I hope everybody's having a blessed Wednesday. Why do keto cooks use parchment paper so much? I like parchment paper because things stick less. Maybe it's common in the keto community to use parchment paper because we use a lot of cheese, and cheese is amazing when you bake it or air fry it, and it gets all crispy and it like oozes out of whatever you're cooking and it sticks to the parchment paper, because you can like peel it off and it's little chips. It's so good. So that's why I personally use a lot of parchment paper. And for the liners, we just get them on Amazon. They're like pretty cheap. And also less scrubbing when you're doing your air fryer. I like the new cutting board. Thank you, Pamela. I've had this cutting board for a while. You put parchment in the air fryer? I do. I've never had any issues except for in our oven style air fryer. So I have another air fryer. It's the Ninja Foodie 8-in-1. And whenever I put the parchment paper in it without anything on it and it starts like going up, sometimes the corners will catch on fire. It's happened a few times. But I've never had a parchment paper fire in the actual basket style air fryer. Yeah, Rachel, I'm a big fan of parchment paper. I finally got your 2 books. Hey, thank you so much, Carla. I hope you love them. And for anyone who's gotten Carefree Keto, please go leave a review. I'm going to keep asking. We have I think we have over 60 reviews now. So the other one, Breaking Up with Carbs, has 1,300 reviews. And I'm trying to beat that. So if you guys can help me out, if you got it, go to Amazon, leave a review. I appreciate them all. I have one, need the other. So Carefree Keto is like my updated perspective on keto. It has a much longer autobiographical section where I tell my story for a big chunk of the book, and how like my weight loss journey related to my story throughout my entire life and my relationship with food. And there's a lot of like wisdom in there. And Breaking Up with Carbs is like a super educational handbook on keto, which there aren't a lot of things in Breaking Up with Carbs that I don't still believe at this point in my keto journey. But I was a little anti-calorie counting when I wrote Breaking Up with Carbs. And then I experienced firsthand how powerful calorie counting can be, given you don't have a lot of food anxiety and you are able to eat a decent amount. I mean, for some people it's a different journey, but I kind of talk about calorie counting in a positive way in Carefree Keto. So if you're doing keto and you lose 50 pounds and then it stops working and you're trying to lose the last 30 and it just doesn't seem like anything's working, then Carefree Keto would be good to turn to, because that can help you go from like, all right, I did keto, I got to a healthy weight, but I really want to lose the last 20 pounds. That's where even just being like calorie curious can be beneficial. Because there's just this whole mindset that, oh, if you stop eating sugar, I'm gonna go look at Dee Dee's comment right now. Sorry, I was going on a rant. Now I forget what I was saying. Let me go check out what Dee Dee said. You really should get your apron embroidered with keto snacks. I've gotten a few people who said that, and you guys are right, because I wear this thing every day. I would like to have 2 of these exact same ones, because I have never washed this one, and I've touched so much like weird food and wiped my hands on it that I need 2. And then getting them embroidered would be perfect. Maybe I'll do that. Thank you for the suggestion, Dee Dee. By the way, Dee Dee is like an OG turtle. She shows up all the time. Give some love to Dee Dee. She is a ride or die in this community for sure. Are you just dying for carbs? Not really. The only carbs I crave are like, sometimes I crave Oreo things like a Oreo McFlurry or a cookies and cream ice cream. I like that. What else do I crave? Sometimes I crave McDonald's fries dipped in sweet and sour. I crave maybe like rice if I'm having if I make an Asian dish and I think of how good it would be with rice, I definitely think about that, but it's not a feeling of I'm dying for carbs. It's just like, oh, this would taste better. But you know what happens when the average person eats food that always tastes really amazing? They eat too much of it and they gain weight. So the way I do keto, my food tastes pretty freaking good, but it's not a 10 out of 10 amazing because you really need the combination of fat, salt, and sugar and carbs. And like, you need it all for a food to really be a 10 out of 10. But the keto food that I eat is like an 8 out of 10, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. Because if everything I ate was a 10 out of 10, it would be so easy to just eat an extra 300 calories here, eat an extra 300 calories here, eat an extra 300 calories here, and then you're getting the blood sugar spike, so now you're eating snacks all day. And it's like, I'm pretty good with the way I'm doing keto and my relationship with food right now. So I don't really think of carbs as, oh, I need these in my life or I'm dying for them, because I recognize, oh, I've experienced some benefits cutting them out. But that doesn't mean people can also cut out other things, like I still eat carbs, but I cut out seed oils, or I still eat carbs, but I cut out the surplus of calories I was eating. People can do things like that, still eat carbs and be healthy and feel good. But this is just what works for me. Hey, thank you so much, Dee. All right. Got your book. Thank you for compiling those recipes. Hey, thank you so much, Shan. McDonald's fries should always be dipped in their tangy barbecue. I went through a phase where I really liked barbecue sauce, but only for chicken fingers. When I go to McDonald's, it's the sweet and sour every time. I don't even like, their honey mustard is okay to me, but those are the only two I really like from. Guys, I think this fly like just resurrected itself. I think I just saw a fly out of the corner of my eye, and now that the weather's warm again in Texas, like all of our trees have leaves again, there are some flies outside, and one of them got in our house, and I spent like the past 15 minutes chasing this fly down, and I hit it, and I thought it fell on the ground and died, and I was like, all right, let me go start the live. But now I don't know if I got it, because I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. So if you guys see a fly behind me, let me know, because I'm not letting this thing live. I'm determined in getting it. Is it okay to have a cheat day on keto? I'm 2 months in. Cheat days are fine as long as you keep them to a day, unless it's a few times a year. So if you're doing them weekly or monthly, you want to make them as minimal as possible. So if you're doing them monthly, it's probably fine to have it be an entire day. If you're doing them weekly, I would try to make it just a meal rather than an entire day. But my book kind of talks about this. Weekly isn't the best idea if you want to get fat adapted and make your body prefer using fat for energy. So try to curb weekly cheats if you can at the beginning especially. And if you're gonna have them maybe a meal after a workout or like before a long walk, that would be optimal. So just be mindful of like, you're putting a bunch of extra energy into your body and it's in the form of carbs. So if you exercise and move your body around the time you're eating that meal or that day, your body's gonna put them to use and it's gonna be less damaging. Whereas I just think of it like trying to like stuff a jar of mayonnaise like too full. It's gonna start overflowing and like oozing out. You know, that's happening inside your body. Like it's just not good to overfeed yourself too often. So if you're gonna do it on an active day or go for a walk. Like park at the Walmart that's a quarter mile down the road from the restaurant, so you get a half a mile walk from like to and from the restaurant, you know? So just be mindful of like, if I'm gonna have this cheat day, it's a good idea to move my body as much as I can. And I freaking suck because I forgot to shake the air fryer and there's this one piece of broccoli that is just done. Alright. Look, this is like mostly meaty, and that's kind of how I like it. That's how our beef and broccoli was the other day. So we're gonna put this back in for a few more minutes, and I may top it with cheese at the end, we'll see. But you know what I wanna do? There is, the fly is back. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some of this broccoli. I overestimated how much chicken I needed. So this is really like mostly a lot of chicken. So I'm gonna take some of the broccoli out of here and put it in here. And it's fine because the top of the florets got a little burnt anyway. So we're gonna add the remaining broccoli into here and then do 5 more minutes. All right, there we go. But the peppers look amazing. Everything looks good, great. All right, now I have to wash my hands again because I touched raw chicken. What should I use to check my ketones? Been on low carb for 18 months. Wow, if you've stuck to keto or low carb or whatever you're doing for 18 months, that's amazing. And we should just take a moment to give a big shout out to Mr. Whiskers, because the type of person who can stick to any diet for 18 months is very rare. It's most people are like 3 weeks and then they quit, and then they try to get back on, and then they do it and then they quit. So 18 months, that's amazing. Big shout out to Mr. Whiskers. But I would say use like BioCoach. That's a great way to test your ketones, or Keto Mojo is also good. Sorry, I had to unplug your phone because my live. It smells like pizza. Anna says it smells like pizza. Maybe because of the peppers?
Maybe.
And the ranch seasoning? I have not called a live in so long. Hey, what's up, Butter Tart? So yeah, 5 minutes is probably fine for the broccoli. I cut the broccoli into pretty small pieces, but not for the chicken. It's already been in there for like 10 minutes. I didn't add any more chicken to the air fryer, just a few pieces of broccoli. I actually don't know, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I would recommend you guys do this recipe with broccoli because of how burnt the floret was. So when I've seen this before, I think they used like zucchini and other types of squash. I think the way florets burn, the fly's back. Oh my gosh. We have this zapper, but I can't find it. Anyway, so if you can, the only reason I'm using broccoli is because it's just what I had in my fridge. I think like cauliflower or, squash would probably be better. What's up, Lady Chloe? I'm glad you finally caught a live. I always watch your videos on TikTok. Hey, thank you. Yes, I'm in Ohio, transplanted to Austin, Texas. Sorry, I'm an Ohioan who was transplanted to Austin. Do you create your recipes? So the thing with recipes is when you're doing keto, you have about 5 ingredients, and it's pretty straightforward to just be like, all right, you can wrap a few things. You have all these meats, you have cheeses, and you have vegetables. So I don't know like how more people don't just put these things together. Like my most recent recipe video that went super viral was I wrapped bacon around chicken tenderloins with a pickle and a cheese stick. And it's like, those are just the things that are in my fridge. So let me just throw them all in the air fryer together and cook them. That's kind of how my recipes work. It's like, I'm just like, what's in the fridge? What's like a keto shopping list? Let me go get that stuff. And then I'll just throw things together and see what tastes good. Thoughts on a keto asparagus soup? I have the big bag of it from Costco and I need options. Wait, so are you saying the asparagus soup is keto friendly? It just comes down to how many carbs are in it. Usually products like that, like if you buy a soup, it's a hit or miss whether it's going to be keto friendly or not, because they may add some carbs when you're buying like pre-packaged meals like that. I'm excited to read your new book and try your recipes. Hey, thank you, Seglin. Baking chocolate chip cookies because you were talking about carbs. I'm sorry, Melissa. I can't wait to get your book. Your recipes are so easy. Hopefully the recipes on the book are easy too. Most of the recipes in the book are super easy. Oh my gosh, this fly. I don't know how it got inside.
It was a fly upstairs.
Maybe that's the one that's down here, and maybe because I thought I killed one
No,
earlier.
I saw it. I put it upstairs.
So we have more than a fly swatter. We have an electric fly shocker thing. It's so nice. It's like a tennis racket and it zaps them. And it's literally the most satisfying experience ever when you zap the fly. Sorry, I'm new. What's the name of your book? I'd like to purchase. Hey, thank you, Lizzie. My book is called Carefree Keto. You can get it on Amazon. It has a bunch of informative content, like a bunch of written material. You can see here. Like, I don't know how many pages dedicated to written stuff, but as you can see, a good amount. And it also has a bunch of recipes. So, Carefree Keto, you can get it on Amazon. Alright, guys. Let's get the food thermometer out and make sure the chicken is done. I would much rather make this with beef, because beef you don't have to be so annoyed by like trying to make sure it's fully cooked. You know what sucks? This chicken is out and this fly is flying around. I'm scared it's gonna land on my food. Alright, anyway. Oh, this chicken is like definitely cooked. It's very thin. Let's find like the thickest piece and test the temperature of this one. Yes, the thickest piece is 165. And it was still going up when I took it out, so 170. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's take a picture and then eat. Let me grab a pair of thongs. Do you think this would be good with like balsamic vinegar, like sprinkled on top?
On the chicken.
I mean, it's all together. It's like one thing.
Yeah. I guess don't put any on mine, just so you can, just in case you don't like it.
Okay. Yummy, yummy. Alright, guys. This looks so good. What do you think? Would you eat this? Con, someone said with vinegre balsamico. Oh, sriracha. You know what's funny, Jewel? I almost used sriracha seasoning in the air fryer. I told Anna, I said, I want to use either ranch seasoning or sriracha seasoning on this. Just got your book in the mail today. Recipes look simple. I love that. My son is trying to keep it keto and lost 11 pounds and then stopped. So now we're going to get some of these meals. Hey, let's get it, Susan. You guys got this. All right, we're going to add, I do have spicy mayo. I have sriracha. I think sriracha will look prettier. So let's add the sriracha. Now, it looks delicious. Janny, yes, when you watch from the beginning, you'll see how I made it. It was so easy. I just threw peppers and broccoli and chicken in a bowl with seasonings and olive oil, and then I air fried it for like 15 minutes. It was so easy. Alright, picture time, and then we eat. No! No way! Why? Why does this always happen? I'm gonna eat it out of the air fryer. I'm the worst. Guys, this is what happens. My camera dies, and then I'm live, so I'm like, alright, I need to charge the battery. So I charge the battery for about 3 minutes, just to get enough battery to take the picture, and then I forget to put the battery back on the charger. So I'm not gonna forget tonight, but we're gonna do a little 3 minutes. I'm just gonna eat it while we wait out of the air fryer. I'm just gonna eat out of the air fryer. Or I'll put what's in the air fryer into a little bowl. And I'll just eat this. This will be my taste test. And we're gonna grab the sriracha. And a pointy spoon. Exactly, Joel. I was saying why, and then it's because I never fully charge it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you had to see my mental breakdown just now. I am on live Sunday through Thursday. I take Friday and Saturday off. We still have a microwave. And by the way, I found this crazy hack where I muted the microwave. There's a button. It's either 2 or 0. If you hold it down, it will mute your microwave. All right, let's taste it. Oh my God. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God. Mmm. This is amazing. The microwave door is open. Yes, Karen, it's the best, right? Mm. All right, guys, this is amazing. So good. All right, shout out to everybody who showed up today. Shout out to everybody who has got the book. One question, if you guys ever see my ads, if I'm doing an ad, that is how I get to make these videos. So Instagram be hating on my ads. They like don't show it to my followers. So if you guys see the ads, hit the save button, hit the share button if you can, leave a comment. That is what tells Instagram, show this to more people. And that is how Keto Snacks keeps going. So I just want to make that request. If you guys ever see an ad from me, just a comment and the save button, even just the heart emoji, that goes a long way. So thank you guys. I love you. I believe in you. I'll see you tomorrow.